Hey guys, welcome back. Man, today this topic is going to be pretty fun, right? We're going to talk about how you can advance your tech career and stay ahead of the pack. As you know, the tech space is very competitive. Once you get your foot in the door, opportunities are endless, right? But I'm going to tell you guys I'm going to show you guys how you can separate yourself, and how we've helped, myself and first and foremost, some of our coaching students that we've been helping out advance and, 3 to 6 months or so, to stay ahead of the pack, right? And so what I want you guys to do, stick around to the end. I do have some bonus for my followers finally. I'm going to add that on, but I'll be talking about that at the end, right? So stay tuned for that. And as you guys know, no fluff, no BS. I get straight to the point, right? So, as you guys know, here we talk about breaking into tech sales, right? For the most part in this channel. And some of the things that people, right now, some people are not in the field yet. They might be worried about saturation, right? That's the number one word people love to say. Let's go back for a little before we talk about saturation. Look at the how many bread companies are out there? How many car companies are out there? How many different headphone companies are out there, right? Yes, some make more money than the others, but they're still in the space. Why is that? They each have something that's different, and that's how they stick out, right? And that's the same way with tech. You got to learn how to stick out from the pack, because some of the things that I'm talking about, people are not doing it. Number one thing, I talk about this all the time, is that before you're looking to take course careers or some type of boot camp, and from there, you're like, man, I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I'm going to take it yet. But once you already have that mindset, what you guys should do from then on in a space, get on LinkedIn. I talk about that. That's where everyone's at for the tech space, right? Get on LinkedIn and start connecting with some people you maybe watch on YouTube, some of the people you might see on Instagram and all the other social media. Start connecting with them. Look to see where they're working at. Connect with the hiring managers. Connect with, some people in the same role that you are, maybe, an account executive, whatever role you're looking at in the tech sales space. Start connecting with those people, right? So the reason why I say this is, look at who's posting. As they're posting, write something valuable, comment, add some value instead of just liking and just sitting on the sidelines. Add some value, comment. Hey, man, I like how you mentioned, what you're doing to increase your goals. What does that look like? What are some of the traits? Through there, think about it. If you keep doing that, right? If that person posts weekly and then like twice a week you're commenting on that, they're going to remember your name, right? And then think about this as you start your journey in the tech space, maybe when you start taking course careers, right? Then you can start posting about your journey. Hey, just started course careers. And as you interact with more people, guess what they do by default? Whenever somebody likes something of mine, what do? I go click on their page, right? And I see that, right? Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to, even though I may not say anything to you, I'm like, oh, okay, now I have an idea who this person is. And that's what I did, right? Instead of having to apply in all these different places, now I have managers and people in the tech space say, hey, my company is hiring. I think you should look at it and look into it. I get recruiters that reach out to me all the time because this is what I do. Now instead of having to apply for every single role, now you may have them inboxing you already, right? How would you like that? That's the number one thing to do to stick out from the pack, even before you even get started in the space, right? Now, the second thing is be up to date with the technology. Once you're in a role, right? I know right now you may not know where to go, how to maneuver because you're not with the company. For some that might be watching this at this time, but if you are or you're thinking about it, start learning about that space you're trying to get into. Maybe if you're trying to get in the cybersecurity software side, or maybe you are trying to get in, some type of CRM for maybe trucking company, whatever it might be. Start learning information, start learning the lingo. Or if you're not in the space yet, start learning about AI. Oh, I said the word AI. Yes. Within the next year or two, companies are going to be using it more than ever now. And no, it doesn't automatically mean, oh, I'm going to lose my job. Who's going to lose their job is the individual that's not using AI with their job, right? You want to be that go-to right now, since it's so new. You can be that person that understands how to use it properly. So, there's so many different applications out there already, but you got to tailor it. If you learn it early, once you start working somewhere, you could tailor it based off where you're at. Hey, look, I found out how to use this AI. Look at some of the leaders on LinkedIn, people who are talking about it in that space, and say, hey, look, this is how they're using AI. This is how we can use it. Now you're staying ahead of the pack, because now that person in your company, right, they may not be worried about AI, right? They're trying to manage their team and grow it, and they're focused on the hiring. But once you come in and you can add that value, that's why when I talk about how to look up companies, so you can talk about these things and add value and be able to speak your mind about what you think the company, what could, they're not always going to accept everything you talk about, right? But if you can show numbers and stats behind it from LinkedIn or doing your own research, then guess what? They're going to think about it. That's the beauty of tech. If you find that right company, right, you can bring those ideas on, and guess what? Now that's a special project going on to my third thing that you're working on. Over here, let me tell you guys, you can still move up the ranks in your career without being a yes person and all that stuff. There's none of that. We don't do that here. What we do, we add value. We don't need to. You can still move up if that's your goal without having to do that. Now, that for me, that's a no-no, man. That's a no-no. We don't do that here, okay? But what we do is we add value. We show how we could be separate from the pack, right? Because people are not thinking about that. Guess what other people are doing? Some people, they're trying to stay next to the managers and, hey, oh, yeah, I like that idea, even though they may not agree with it. What we're going to do, hey, that's a good idea, but look at this option, right? If you're at a great company, you can do that without having the fear of backlash of them saying something, bad to you if it's a great idea. You know what I mean? You have to know, pick and choose, right? You have to know, back it up with some stats, back it up with, what people are doing on LinkedIn, how it's showing them proof, right? And by doing that, you're taking on special projects. And it might mean spending some of your own money, right? You can't be afraid to spend money. I'm not telling you to do that if you're not in a place to. So guess what? If your company, what you can do, maybe you pay for AI type of course, right? And then guess what? That's considered personal development if it's talking about sales and the space that you're in. And guess what? You go to your company and say, hey, look, this is what I've done the last couple of weeks. This is what I've learned. And hey, since, this is personal development, would you guys reimburse me? Because I think they could be valuable to us. And guess what? There's some companies that add personal development for your stipend for the year. They have a certain amount. Some of them add it and some of them may not have it. But guess what? You could be that person to, hey, look, this is what we should do now. So that way you're bringing in new ideas. The person who's bringing fresh new ideas is always going to stick out from the pack, right? So that's another way for there. And then the other thing is just strive to be, like I said, just valuable. Take on those special projects. Stop being scared, and stick, think about it. You're the Nike. You're the Reebok. I said Reebok. I don't know about Reebok. You're the Adidas. You're the Louis Vuitton, whatever. Find that niche for you to stick out from the same companies are doing the same thing that you do, or I should say the same people who are doing the same thing in the sales space. You know what I mean? You have to find that trait of yours, what it is, and you know that as you go on, as you continue, as you share your journey. And from there, you'll be surprised by what could happen next. And now let's go back to the bonus I was talking about. Wait, before I get into that, you guys subscribe, hit that bell icon, because as you guys know, I drop heat, no fluff, right? But this is what I added on, right, for you guys. I added on coaching. So I added on weekly coaching. The link is in the description for you guys. And now the free one is for people who are thinking about breaking into tech with Course Careers. and or they're trying to figure out what avenue should they take. Should I be in tech sales? Should I be in digital? Hop on that. That's going to be a group session, right? And you guys can hop on real quick on that one. Or if you want something more personalized and you don't want people knowing your business, I did also add on the paid coaching. I just opened that up now to my followers because without you guys, I wouldn't be in the space that I'm in right now. And I do have some big things happening as well in May that I'm also adding for you guys. So what I would say is, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, because I want you guys to look out for more steps for you to advance your career, more steps to continuously to stay ahead of the pack. And from there, let's just grow and get better, because guess what? At the end of the day, I want you guys to do better than I did from the start. Thank you guys once again. Stick around next time and take care.